Welcome back to Vietnam Folktales. Today we'll explore one of Vietnam's most heartfelt and symbolic folktales, the story of Tam and Cam. This story takes us to the peaceful countryside of ancient Vietnam, where a gentle and hardworking girl named Tam endured hardship under the cruelty of her stepmother and half-sister Cam. In Vietnamese, Tam means the broken rice grain, the small, imperfect piece left after the rice is milled. Tea may be chipped, but it's still pure, white, and nourishing, just like Tam's kind and patient heart. Meanwhile, Cam refers to the rice bran, the rough outer layer removed during milling. It has little value except as animal feed, symbolizing outward appearance without inner goodness. Tam and Cam are both humble names deeply connected to rice, the ancient symbol of the Vietnamese people, simple yet sacred, ordinary yet full of life. Through these names, the story reminds us that true worth lies not in beauty or wealth, but in purity, kindness, and virtue. So sit back and join us as we rediscover the story of Tam and Cam, a timeless Vietnamese tale of compassion, endurance, and justice. Once upon a time, there were two half-sisters. The elder was named Tam, and the younger was named Cam. Tam's mother passed away early, and a few years later, her father also died. Tam then lived with her stepmother, who was Cam's mother. The stepmother was very cruel and forced Tam to do all the hard labor, from housework to tending buffaloes and cutting grass, while Cam was spoiled and did nothing. One day, the stepmother gave each girl a basket and told them to go catch small shrimps in the field, saying, "Whoever fills her basket first will be rewarded with a red silk bodice." Tam worked diligently and soon filled her basket, while Cam played around and caught nothing. Seeing her sister's basket full, Cam said slyly, "Dear sister Tam, your hair is dirty. Go bathe in the deeper water before mother scolds you." Trusting her sister, Tam went into the pond to wash her hair. Taking advantage of the moment, Cam poured all of Tam's shrimps into her own basket and hurried home. When Tam came ashore, she found her basket empty and began to cry bitterly. Hearing her cries, the Buddha appeared and asked, "Why are you crying, my child?" Tam told him everything. The Buddha said, "Stop crying, little girl. Just look in your basket and see what remains." Tam looked and replied, "There's only one little fish left." The Buddha said, "Take that fish home and release it into your well. Feed it daily. Each time you feed it, say these words: 'Little fish, come eat golden rice and silver rice of mine. Don't eat the moldy rice of others.' If you don't call exactly like that, it won't come up. Remember it well." Then the Buddha disappeared. Tam did as she was told, raising the fish tenderly. Every day when she called, the fish would rise to the surface and eat the rice she offered. Over time, they grew close, and the fish grew larger and larger. The stepmother, noticing Tam secretly feeding something near the well, became suspicious and told Cam to spy on her. Cam hid behind a bush and heard Tam's chant. She memorized it and told her mother. That night, the stepmother gently said to Tam, "My dear child, the village has forbidden grazing in nearby fields. Tomorrow, you must take the buffaloes far away, or they'll be seized." Tam obeyed and took the herd far from home. While she was gone, the stepmother and Cam went to the well, called the fish using Tam's words, and caught it when it surfaced. They killed it for food. That evening, Tam returned, finished her chores, and brought rice to the well. She called and called, but the fish never came. Only a patch of blood rose to the surface. Realizing what had happened, Tam burst into tears. The Buddha appeared again and asked, "Why are you crying?" Tam told him about the fish. The Buddha said, "Your fish has been eaten. Don't cry. Gather its bones, place them in 4 jars, and bury them under the 4 corners of your bed." Tam searched everywhere but couldn't find the bones. A chicken nearby said, "Cluck, cluck, give me a handful of rice and I'll scratch them up for you." Tam threw it some rice and the chicken scratched the bones out from under the stove. Tam carefully gathered them, placed them in jars, and buried them under her bed as instructed. Sometime later, the king announced a grand festival lasting several days. People from every village dressed in their finest clothes and flocked to the capital. Cam and her mother also prepared to go too. Tam, too, wished to attend, but her stepmother sneered and gave her a basket of mixed rice and unhusked grain, saying, "When you've separated them all, you may go to the festival." Then she and Cam left. Tam, heartbroken, sat crying. The Buddha appeared again and asked, "Why do you cry?" Tam pointed at the basket and said, "My stepmother told me I can't go until I sort the rice and grain. By the time I finish, the festival will be over." The Buddha said, "Don't cry. Place the basket in the yard and I'll send sparrows to help." Tam worried, "What if they eat the rice?" The Buddha replied, "Just tell them this. Come down, little sparrows, help me pick the rice. If you eat a grain, I'll beat you to death. Then they won't eat your rice." As soon as he finished speaking, a flock of sparrows flew down and sorted the rice and grain perfectly in no time. But after they left, Tam began crying again. The Buddha asked, "Why now?" Tam said, "My clothes are too shabby. They won't let me enter the festival." The Buddha told her, "Dig up the jars of fish bones you buried before, and you'll find what you need." Tam did as told. From the first jar, she found fine silk dresses and a red silk bodice from the second, a pair of embroidered shoes. From the third, a small wooden horse that turned into a real horse when placed on the ground. And from the fourth, a set of beautiful saddle gear. Tam dressed, mounted the horse, and rode to the city. On the way, she dropped one embroidered shoe into a stream while crossing a stone bridge. Later, as the king's procession passed, his elephant suddenly knelt and refused to move. The king ordered his men to search the stream and found the delicate embroidered shoe. The king admired it and decreed that whoever could wear the shoe perfectly would become his queen. Women from all over came to try it on, but none fit. Cam and her mother were among them. When they left the testing hall, they saw Tam arriving. Cam whispered, "Mother, Tam is here too." The stepmother scoffed. "If the bell doesn't ring, how could a broken pot make a sound?" But when Tam put on the shoe, it fit perfectly. She then took out the other shoe and wore it as well. The king's servants cheered, and she was immediately escorted to the palace. Tam was carried in a royal palanquin before the jealous eyes of her stepmother and Cam. After Tam became queen, she lived happily with the king. But her stepmother and Cam were consumed with jealousy. One year, when the king went on a long hunting trip, Tam returned to her village to attend her father's death anniversary. The Buddha appeared and warned her, "Be careful, my child. Your stepmother is full of deceit." When Tam came home, her stepmother pretended to be kind. "Come, my daughter," she said sweetly. "When he was still alive, your father loved betel nut the most. Climb up the areca tree and pick a bunch of areca nuts to offer on your father's altar." Tam, thinking no harm, climbed up the tree. While she was high above, her stepmother secretly took an axe and chopped the trunk. The tree fell, and Tam plunged into the pond below and died. After that, the stepmother took her fine clothes and jewelry and gave them to Cam, dressing her up to look like Tam. Then she sent Cam to the palace to replace her sister. When the king returned, he was puzzled. Though Cam looked similar, her face and manner were not the same. He felt something missing but could not understand why. Meanwhile, Tam's gentle soul turned into a golden bird. Every day it flew to the palace, perching near the kitchen where Cam often sat. The bird sang softly, "King, O king, your wife is bathing, but the woman here is only a shadow wearing her things." Hearing that, the king began to notice the bird's beauty and its strange attachment to him. He ordered that no one harm it and made a golden cage for it. Cam grew terrified and jealous. She begged her mother, "That bird always follows the king. I'm afraid he'll find out." Her mother said, "Catch it and eat it. Once it's gone, no one will know. Cam lured the bird down with rice and boiled it. When the king returned, he could not find the bird anywhere and felt great sorrow. But from the spot where the bird's feathers fell, a tall chinaberry tree sprouted, growing straight upward with a fragrance unlike any other. The king loved it and ordered a hammock to be hung between its stalks, where he would rest every afternoon. Once again, Cam grew envious and told her mother, "The king loves that chinaberry so much. I'm afraid it's the old queen's spirit." Her mother advised, "Have the chinaberry cut down and made into planks for you." So Cam had the chinaberry cut, but the spirit of Tam lingered. The planks were later made into a weaving loom. When Cam sat at the loom to weave, the threads tangled, and a soft voice whispered, "Click, clack, weave, weave, but weave in vain. You took my husband, yet still you'll know pain." Frightened, Cam smashed the loom to pieces and burned it. Then she took all the ashes and dumped them far away from the royal palace. But from the ashes, a tree grew, a large golden apricot tree with only one shining fruit. When an old woman passed by, she saw the fruit gleaming, plucked it, and took it home. The fruit split open, and Tam stepped out, alive again, more beautiful than before. She lived with the old woman, helping her with chores and weaving cloth for a living. One day, the king went out hunting again. He stopped by the old woman's house. He noticed the aroma of betel nut and areca prepared in a way only Tam used to do. Recognizing it, he asked to see the woman who lived there. When Tam appeared, the king was overjoyed and took her back to the palace. When Cam saw Tam alive and radiant, she grew jealous once more. She asked her sister, "Sister, how did you become so beautiful?" Tam smiled gently and said, "I bathed in boiling water. After that, I became fair and lovely." Cam, foolish and vain, immediately boiled a pot of water and jumped in, and died instantly. When her mother learned what had happened, she tried to take revenge, but soon she too met her end. From then on, Tam and the king lived peacefully and happily ever after, and that is how goodness, patience, and kindness triumphed over cruelty and deceit. Thank you so much for watching this story on Vietnam Folktales. If you enjoyed it and want to hear more traditional tales from our culture, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to support the channel. Your support is the biggest motivation for us to create more beautiful stories about Vietnam's heritage. See you again in the next story.